You mentioned being at this point in your life being the healthiest, the most conscious, the most creative, and the most driven. Uh,
For
this
sure.
this being that time of your life. Explain what that means, because that was rather intriguing to me.
Yes, I recently joined the 40 Club. I'm like gonna shout that to the rooftops. But you know, I mean, when I was 20 years old, even, you kind of just followed the rule book, or you kind of just did, you're still trying to figure things out a little bit.
Hmm.
But at this point in my life, I am definitely more grounded, and I'm definitely more rooted in my purpose, and just, I'm interested in working for myself and my family way more than holding down a 9 to 5 job, or
Hmm.
any of that could provide. I mean, of course, like I said before, that's important, and I understand, having that, but entrepreneurship is just, I mean, like I said before, watching my husband with his company, all the people that I've met at the different pop-ups, the family that I spoke of earlier, and all the things that they've done. I mean, if you're not willing to work for yourself, I mean, I don't know. It just seems like we're at a point, everything is getting higher and more expensive. And, the family still got to eat. I mean, it's just we have to figure out ways to make it work. And, I've had a lot of time in my 30s. I've read a lot of books. I've had time to meet a lot of interesting people in my life. And, it has led me to this point in my path and my journey. And I celebrate it. It's just a point where I'm not like, well, and, I don't have everything figured out.
Hmm.
It's not even being worried with that. It's just being rooted in who I am, and knowing who I am. And I celebrate it. And that's what this time in my life, I believe, is for. It's about celebration, and it's about moving forward for me,
Yes.
because I've had a lot of stagnant energy in my life, like everyone deals with. But once I got over that hump and I launched Feeka, it's like a spark. It's like I can't really even explain it fully and articulate it in a way that makes sense. And I hope I'm making some sense.
Very
But
much. A whole lot.
I feel that spark in me saying, well, I could do this. Maybe I could do this. Well, yeah, I could do this. This led me to another idea. Well, let's do this. And it just starts, all this creative energy just starts flowing. And before you know it, you've got things, and people are like, man, this is amazing. I really like this. Like, and I'm like, really? This is something I just came up with. But that's all it takes, is just that one start. And you don't know how far that will take you.
It sounds like what you're saying, Kirsten, and you stop me because I don't want to put words in your mouth. It
For
sounds
sure.
like this entrepreneur endeavor that you've been on, it's made you feel the most alive that you ever felt. You feel
Oh
electric.
yeah, for sure.
Is that what you're saying?
For sure.
Listen, in this book right here, and I'm pretty sure Skio will probably, when he watches this, he'll probably get it if he doesn't already have it. You see, it's all busted up.
Yes, you got all your notes.
Yeah, I got my notes in there. This book is a message to the black man in America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes.
And I bring that up because it should be reading for all of y'all out there, right? But in that book, he says separate or suffer the consequences.
Mm,
Now he's talking about separating from mainstream society, but
yes.
when he says suffer the consequences, he's talking about the same thing you're talking about. He's talking about the opposite polarity, not feeling alive, feeling enslaved to a 9 to 5, feeling
And the
like
day to
you're
day.
dead
Yes.
from the day to day, the rat race. So I bring that up because that's what you're really diving into. You're really exemplifying what he's saying. Like, hey, in order for you to feel alive in your 40s, man, you need to do something for yourself. And that's we're gonna get into that later, but that is really it's really a steaming though. It's really, really a steaming, and it's something that I don't think we discuss or that we emphasize. And I always try to
Yes.
put it into the
And
young people like, do for yourself, accept your own, and be yourself, and suffer the consequences. But being an
Yes,
entrepreneur, having our
sure.
own economy, is absolutely a huge slice of that pie. So everything you're saying is making so much sense.
And it's
Um,
attainable. I think that's something
yes,
for our young people to understand. Like it just takes a little something. When I started Feeka, I didn't have everything figured out. So because I didn't have everything figured out, I felt like, well, I can't do this. I got to have this. I had this laundry list of things that I felt like I had to do. And it's why I give so much honor and praise to my husband, because he was like, no, just start. And he literally would say it like that. And it would get to the point where it would kind of annoy me, because I'm like, but I can't just start. And I would come up with all these reasons why I couldn't. The only one that was stopping me was me.
that's it.
Literally. It
That's
was
it.
just me keeping me from. Once he was like, look, you have a deadline. You have put this off long enough. You have a deadline. I ordered your shirts. I got this going for you. You have a deadline. If you don't meet it, oh well. And he literally talked to me like I was an employee almost. He was like, you don't meet the deadline, or like it said like you were doing a business contract or meeting or something. And he was like, if you don't meet this deadline, then you out. It was just like you
That hey,
out.
but we
And I was
need that
like,
sometimes.
oh my God, I got to get this done right now.
We
And
be
that's
needing it.
literally how I launched Feeka. I didn't have all of it figured out. None of it was all together, but I had something that clearly interests people. And I just ran with it
Listen,
for
that's what
sure.
I'm learning. That's what entrepreneurship is too. You build your wings while you're flying.
Oh my gosh,
And that's
exactly.
scary for some people. Some people don't want to take that chance. But like
That's
Will Smith,
exactly it.
yeah, like Will Smith said, I finished his book. He said everything that you dream of is right on the other side of fear. Right on the opposite side of that door of
Absolutely.
fear is everything that you've been dreaming about. So you just have to walk through that door without any, fear with you. Take that
Yes.
chance, and it'll all be revealed, and you'll have that and more. So, yeah, I'm
Yes.
loving it. I'm loving it.
That that's
Um,
beautiful.